Hey friends, it's me, Shaliza. As many of you all know, a couple days ago we celebrated the Feast of Shavuot, which is a Bible-based feast, still celebrated today by many Jews and by many people who still believe in upholding biblical feast. And the Feast of Shavuot is also known as the Feast of Weeks. And it is the time where we celebrate and remember the Lord giving the Torah to Moses on Mount Sinai. Now, I know that the Torah reading for that time is the book of Ruth, and I know it's a type of agrarian or first fruit celebration, but the reason I wanted to come on and just touch on it for a minute is because the thing that stands out in my mind with this particular celebration, the Feast of Weeks, I remember and I think about the faithfulness of God to the Israelite people during very troubling times. He took care of them through the sea, he took care of them through the desert, and he's going to take care of us regardless of what we face today. Also, you know, like when you look at movies like the Ten Commandments and different movies based around Moses' life and the first books of the Bible, it would give you the illusion, or the thinking at least, that they left Egypt one day and then the next day they ended up at the Red Sea. It looks like that, but that's actually not true. They were told to leave Egypt, and they did. And it was a couple weeks before they actually got to the Red Sea. Now, they could have gone a shorter route, but the Lord took them another way, and he knew why. There were going to be certain things on the shorter route that he just did not want them dealing with, and he led them the longer way, and he knew why. And so too in our lives, sometimes God delivers us from one thing and we expect the breakthrough the next day. We expect the promise to be fulfilled the next day. And sometimes that happens, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes he takes us the longer way. Sometimes what we were praying for, even though we were delivered from the last thing, the other thing that we're going to doesn't happen yet. So what do you do in the interim? What do you do in the season of, Lord, where am I going? You delivered me from this last thing and you gave me a word, and where is the manifestation of that word? You remain faithful. You remain in prayer, you remain in praise, you remain in your little prayer groups, you remain talking to friends who will uplift you and hold you up in prayer. You remain in the Lord, even though it is hard. And it's okay to cry out to him and say, Lord, I don't know, I don't understand, this is hard, this is difficult, I didn't think it was going to be this way. It's fine to do that because he knows you're thinking it anyway. But rest assured, your day is coming. Your day is coming. The day of the manifestation of what you're praying for, it is coming. Just remain in the Lord. Just remain in Jesus. Just hold on to that name. Remain in the blood. Remain in communion with the Holy Spirit. That is what takes you from leaving Egypt to receiving the promise.